Today we're talking about a YouTuber who risks his life on a daily basis catching the most vile fell abortions in the world. PDF.
He thinks he's coming here to meet a 18-year-old girl. We're gonna catch his ass. Let's get this freak. He's a registered offender. So how long have you been a registered offender?
Years.
What had happened?
I exposed myself.
Okay, who'd you expose yourself to?
Young kids.
And what does YouTuber Gideon get out of catching PDF files, you might ask? Well, he's getting 30-year-old Redditards living in their mom's basement who, instead of seeking employment, they'd rather act like moral arbiters and criticize Gideon's actions, condemn him and his predator catches by saying stuff like this. Stuff like,
vigilante predator hunting is disgusting and insanely problematic. It is never something to be applauded.
that's right, guys. We're dealing with mentally disabled people on Reddit who'd rather waste their time writing big-ass essays like this, like... We're dealing with mentally insane people who are writing these big-ass hit pieces, and I'm gonna be brutally honest here, guys, but with the time that this guy wasted writing the sequel to the Bible over here, well, he could have instead filed this job application. But instead of doing that, he wrote this instead. And you already know that whoever wrote this, you already know he looks like this in real life. And no, that's not 50 hickeys on his body, but it's 50 pimples waiting to bust some pus, if you know what I mean. But one thing's for sure, guys, I know we can all agree here when I say that ain't nobody normal reading all of this. So, as you've guessed it, we're not reading all of this. But don't worry, guys, because this situation gets even better. Not only do we have these weird Redditards who are clearly jealous and clearly seething at the fact that Gideon is able to make a living from contributing to our society, something that these unemployed freaks clearly can't relate to, by the way, but not only are they clearly jealous at the fact that he's able to make a living from catching PDF, we also have Twitter-tards who are trying to paint the false, crazy narrative that because Gideon is out there catching predators for a living, he must secretly be a pedophile himself. Are we mentally stunted? I mean, this guy is clearly using an anime picture as his profile picture, so you already know 100% that he's collecting disability checks. Judging by this dumbass's logic, every single police detective in the world who has ever handled a case that involves a diddler and who has ever analyzed incriminating evidence, namely cheese pizza, well, they must secretly be a diddler as well. Like this whole argument of claiming that, oh, he's hanging out around PDF all day, catching PDF files all day, that must mean that he's secretly one himself. That brain-dead argument falls flat so quickly, it's unbelievable. But to instantly decimate this stupid slander from this anime freak over here, here's a clip of Gideon's first professional catch.
I see something both amusing and scary at the same time. Didn't they used to say back in the days when someone was attacking homosexuality, attacking homosexuals, oh, they must be secretly homosexuals. Their hate of homosexuality gives them away, means they're secretly homosexual. Because they don't want anybody to know they're homosexual, so they attack homosexuals. Isn't that the same thing, the logic they used on quote-unquote homophobes back in the day? And now they're saying people who lash out against pedophiles must be pedophiles themselves. What's with the fucking double standard? I smell a rotten egg in the dozen. And yesterday they were attacking homosexuals, and today they're attacking pedophiles. What scares me is, well, whereas yesterday homosexuality was seen as people who are homosexual were mentally sick. They tried electroshock therapy on them. They sent them to the psychiatrist. But now they're calling pedophiles today sick and trying to send them to psychiatrists. They say they're mentally sick. While homosexuality has become mainstream today and accepted as normal, they've even proven there's homosexuality in the animal and the insect. I curse God if I look like this is not good looking. There's homosexuality in the insect and animal kingdom. What scares me is this. In 25, 30 years, when we get a president like Kamala Harris, and this nation descends further away from God, are we going to start accepting pedophiles tomorrow? I mean, I'm seeing history repeats itself. Let's recap. Yesterday, they were calling homosexuals mentally ill. Not too long ago, if somebody attacked homosexuality vigorously, they were said they were accused of secretly being homosexuals themselves. And look what we got happening today. Pedophiles are called mentally sick. And people who attack pedophiles, like pedophile poachers on Gideon, are accused of being pedophiles secretly. I feel for this country. What if this country, under the leadership of someone like Kamala Harris, semi-legalizes pedophilia in certain cases and bestiality? It can happen. They said 50 years ago this country would never be accepted, would never accept homosexuality, but look at it today. Folks, you gotta stand for something or you'll fall for everything. If you don't stand for a wife and a husband, a man and a woman, and monogamy, folks, eventually this country's gonna slide to hell in a handbasket. Right now, if I'm not a good-looking guy, fuck it all. I don't give a good goddamn. I'm not happy. I don't want to live, but I'm too afraid to die. And I curse God if I cannot get the song out. I don't want to curse God, but I don't want to be this loser I am today. God fucking damn it, God fucking Gil Pucker, God fuck it. I curse God if I'm not a good-looking guy. What? I lost my train of thought. God damn, that fucking pisses me off. Yeah, but I remember many times being accused of being a homosexual because I was calling out homosexuals back in the day. Nothing was further from the truth. I love them good-looking girls. Yes, I got gay friends. But I find a homosexual lifestyle utterly reprehensible to my taste. That's just my taste. I don't find homosexuals reprehensible. I just find the thought of me being with another man. I didn't even want to have sex, period. Not with anybody. I don't want to have sex with the females. I just want the females to think I'm good looking. But it's something to think out. Something to think about. Keep in mind that once upon a time, it was normal for a man to marry a 13-year-old. What is there? Is all of a sudden because the government says something, there's the magic line that if you want to have something with sex, okay, let's put it this way: if you're in a state that 18 is the legal age limit, and you want to have sex with a girl who's 17 years old, they call you mentally sick. When you go to a state where 17 is legal, all of a sudden you become mentally unsick. Folks, do you know even what the fuck you all are talking about? So, I mean, I'm confused. Now, I personally think child predators are disgusting. Children should not be thinking about sex. They should be busy playing games, going to school, having sleepovers with their friends. No sex, of course. Duh, that's obviously. Sex is truly an adult subject. And the kids have no business getting into sexuality. None. Yes, teaching them about it in school and a teacher without actually making them have sex. I mean, duh. Sex education, the birds and the bees, should be taught by the parents to the kids. And kids should not learn about sex. When my cousin Casey went to the public schools, he said he learned how to fight, he learned how to have sex, he learned how to steal, he learned how to cheat. So that's the stuff they're teaching you in public schools. Because this nation is so far away from God.